Please put your phone on silent mode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025, match number 40, which was between South Africa and Cameroon. Allow me first to welcome Mr. Hugo, the head coach of South Africa. Coach, sorry for the result, and what would you like to say about tonight's game?
Yeah, what can I say? I think everyone is very disappointed and sad that we are eliminated today. I think we had the right plan, and everyone saw that in the first half. We had 3 open chances in the first half an hour. Normally the game has to be done then, but when you miss those chances in that level, you pay the bill later. And we paid the bill with a lucky goal. A corner, we had it out of the 16, the guy shoots, touch the leg, comes again in the feet of a Cameroon player, and he can score. I think that was the first half. So normally Cameroon could never lead at that moment. So the second half we said to each other to go on like this, because Cameroon didn't have an answer on the way we played. But then unfortunately, very soon in the second half we get the second goal. And then you know that it will be very difficult, because at that moment Cameroon stayed very well as a block on their own 16 and kicked the ball in front, and then they had some players, very quick players, who tried to be dangerous. We still had chances in the second half, and yeah, we scored a little bit late. There was not enough time, because otherwise I think we could have maybe played a draw and have extra time. As I said before the game, that this team of Cameroon plays with a big heart, fighting spirit, our physical very strong, and that it was a tough opponent, and I thought we saw that today. My players did what they have to do, 90 minutes, they fight for it, but yeah, that can happen again, and disappointments for all of us.
Thank you, sir. Questions?
Thank you. Ed Dove from ESPN, Coach. Commiserations.
Please identify yourself first.
Ed Dove from ESPN, sorry. If that's clear for everyone.
Yeah.
Coach, commiserations. The last Nations Cup, South Africa reached the semi-final, this time out in the last 16. You've conceded 6 goals in 4 games. At the last Nations Cup, I think it was 3 across the whole tournament. The finishing, as you've alluded to, was frustrating. Are this Bafana team going backwards under your watch, do you think?
No, we don't go backwards. Certainly not. Okay, I agree with you that maybe in some games the performances were not at the level of South Africa that everybody knows, but you can't say that for today. Sometimes you need the luck a little bit at your side, and if I can go back 2 years ago against Cape Verde in the quarterfinal, 10 seconds before the end, Ronwen did a fantastic save, or we lost the game. So those things are happening, and today we didn't have the luck at our side, and I agree with you, maybe we get too much goals. Last AFCON we only get 2 or 3, I think, on all the tournament. But we're not going backwards, certainly not. But at the other side, I think we have to make a good evaluation of what happened here in this tournament, and looking forward to the World Cup.
Hi, Coach. Maher Mazahi. I'm a freelance journalist. Throughout this tournament, some of the comments that you have made, and even prior to the tournament, have been deemed as controversial, particularly here in the host nation. Did that ever, do you think, get into your head or your players' head, especially as we saw tonight that the local fans were quite clearly on the Cameroonian side?
No, not at all. And again, I said what I said. Thank you.
Good evening, Coach. Matlatse from Times Live. Coach, I know it's still a little bit early. The emotions are still running high and that kind of stuff. But were there some players that you saw at this tournament where you sort of know that they would definitely not be part of the future or going forward?
I think it's not the right place and the right moment now to have comment on that. It has been too emotional. Part also a little frustration. And you know, when you are emotional, sometimes you said things that you regret afterwards. So I will not do that. As I said, we will make in the next days and weeks evaluation in detail what went not good and what was good, and we will see what we have to change or not to change, because in 6 months there is the World Cup and we need to be ready for that.
Next.
Coach Lorenzo from Itaski Times. Is there something that needs to change internally or administratively before going to the World Cup? Because there was even a different energy that we could feel in this camp compared to 2023 in Cote d'Ivoire. Players didn't look particularly happier when we had engagements with them in training. Is there something that needs to change before the World Cup?
As I said, I will not answer on that question. We have first make a good evaluation of that and to look at it, what the problems were or what the good things were, and see that we are ready again in March to play those friendlies and be well prepared for the World Cup.
Merci. Bonsoir, coach. Vivienne Tonfak, journaliste Equinox Télévision Cameroun. Voilà, on vous a vu entamer cette rencontre. Votre équipe était très confiante dès le début de la rencontre. À quel moment s'est installé le doute? Et quelles sont les leçons que vous tirez de la participation de l'Afrique du Sud à cette Coupe d'Afrique des Nations? Je ne pense pas qu'il y aurait des doutes de notre côté. Je pense qu'on était très confiants. On a bien vu ça le premier mi-temps. Je pense que, non, je pense pas, je suis certain que l'équipe camerounaise ne savait pas quoi faire contre nos tactiques. On avait chaque fois des hommes libres, on a créé des occasions et comme je viens de dire au début, si on ne sait pas concrétiser ces occasions-là sur ce niveau-là, tu payes cash après. C'est ce qu'on a fait, c'est ce qu'on a eu. Le premier but du Cameroun était un lucky but, un shot bloqué, il revient de nouveau dans les pieds d'un joueur camerounais qui s'est marqué. Donc à part ça, je ne pense pas que le Cameroun a vraiment été dangereux le premier mi-temps. Donc on a voulu continuer comme ça le deuxième, mais si tu reçois un but très tôt dans le deuxième mi-temps, un deuxième but, alors là ça devient très difficile. Même qu'on a continué à nous battre, à essayer de changer le score et aussi de créer des occasions encore de notre côté. Mais je reviens à ce que je viens de dire, des occasions pareilles, sur un niveau pareil, il faut concrétiser, il ne faut pas les manquer. Et c'est peut-être ça un petit peu qui a été contre nous aujourd'hui, sans dire que, comme j'ai dit avant le match, c'est une équipe camerounaise qui est pleine de force physique, une équipe qui joue chacun pour son équipier. Donc c'est un collectif qui est très bonne, et s'ils continuent comme ça, ils peuvent peut-être devenir la surprise de cette CAN.
Si. Merci. Pardon.
Yeah, Spaso from the SABC. Coach, I'm here. The changes that you made in your starting lineup, what informed you to make such changes because there were a couple of players who did not feature like for the entire first round. Thanks.
You know, first of all, I will not give comment on that, and secondly, it's not strange that when players are replaced, that sometimes they are not happy.
Sir.
Hello, coach. My name is Steve from Kenya. I know it's a frustrating night. Out of all the frustrations, I think in the first half I could have counted 3 chances. In the second half I could have counted 2 chances. Just as you say, now it's time to move on to the World Cup. Will the striking problem be one of the major frustrations just coming out of this tournament that you'll really closely look at as you analyze your tournament and even start processes of moving forward and looking ahead into the tournaments to come? Thank you.
As I said already a few minutes ago, I think in the next days, weeks, it's time now to evaluate this AFCON, what we did also 2 years ago, and see what was good and what was not good, and the good things, the bad things, sorry, try to make it better. We will see. I can make declarations now, but you know, when you lose the game like this and you're eliminated of AFCON, you are frustrated, you're sad, you're disappointed, and sometimes you say things that you regret afterward. So I will not do that, but I agree with you that we have to evaluate our performances here in this AFCON and see what we can make better.
Last question then.
Lassana Saounera, Yellen Football Coach, je suis juste là en face de vous. Ayant entendu votre analyse du match, on a l'impression que selon vous, vous sembliez être au-dessus de cette équipe camerounaise. Est-ce que c'est bien ce que vous dites? Est-ce que vous pensez que vous étiez supérieur au Cameroun dans ce match?
Je pense surtout le premier mi-temps. On avait toujours un homme libre, on a créé 3 occasions, très belles occasions. Je me souviens du Cameroun, et la seule chose qu'ils ont fait le premier mi-temps, c'est tous derrière le ballon et alors essayer de jouer en transition. Le deuxième mi-temps, comme je viens de dire, on voulait faire la même chose, mais parce qu'ils ont marqué le deuxième but, un très beau but, il faut le dire, ça nous a pas facilité les choses. Donc si tu es mené 2-0 et il reste encore 35 minutes ou quoi, c'est pas évident. Mais même à ce moment-là, on a continué et de plus en plus le Cameroun a joué dans son 16 mètres, le deuxième mi-temps. Et on a créé aussi des occasions. Il faut, dans un mêlée de joueurs comme ça, il faut parfois aussi un peu la chance de votre côté, comme le premier but du Cameroun. Ça n'a pas été le cas de nous, mais encore une fois, et je l'ai dit tantôt aussi, je ne veux rien dire sur cette équipe du Camerounais. Ils se sont battus, ils ont parfois joué du beau football, très vivace, très vite, et très difficile aussi pour l'adversaire, donc pour nous. Donc c'est une belle équipe et ils peuvent peut-être la surprise ou devenir la surprise de cette CAN.
Merci. By the end of this press conference, allow me to thank Mr. Hugo, the head coach of South Africa. Thank you, sir. Thank you.